The driving power within us is the energy obtained from a life force. During infancy, this life force is responsible for our bodily movements and sensations, and creates within us a feeling of warmth and satisfaction. In early childhood, it is this same force which enables us to become aware of ourselves as separate human beings. The moment we say I, for example, I am, I have, I want, that is a landmark in our growth, since it is the beginning of an awareness of our own unique individuality. A little later, when we reach the age of 3 or 4, our love of ourselves spreads outside of ourselves to those nearest us. Girls and boys indulge in a make-believe romance with their parents, and this is undoubtedly sexually tinged. Still later, when we reach the age of puberty, our sexual glands and organs convert some of our energy derived from the life force into purely sexual energy. Now the romantic interest is more intensely felt, and we become involved in spiritual and physical relationships with members of the opposite sex. We may have sexual dreams. We may masturbate, that is, stimulate and play with our sexual organs. We may feel the desire for sexual intercourse. It is as though we have been invaded by a force which threatens to take possession of us. Fortunately, these urges can be canalized in other directions, such as sport, art, music, and religion. If we are aware of the true nature of our sexual urge, we can be its master and need not be its victim, and thus we can make the most of our lives. We have seen that sex is not only a means of reproduction. It is a part of our life force, a fundamental urge which is present from the moment we draw breath. It is related to our total personality, and properly used can enrich our lives. It is essential, therefore, that we recognize and accept our sexuality, not as if it were the devil within us, but the God within us.
In the second record of this series, Dr. Cameron will speak about sex and love and how far is marriage possible.
Madam, I am come to court you, whether your passion I can gain. Come and lay down alongside of me, fear I should never see you again.
Oh, no, John, no, John, no, John, no. My husband is a Spanish captain, went to sea a month ago. First he kissed me, then he left me, bade me always answer no. Oh, no, John, no, John, no, John, no.
Madam, in your face is beauty, on your lips red roses grow. In your bedroom there is pleasure, shall I view it, yes or
no? Oh, no, John, no, John, no, John, no.
Madam, may I tie your garter, tie it a little above your knee? If my hand should slip a little further, would you think it wrong of me?
Oh, no, John, no, John, no, John, no.
Madam and I went to bed together, there we lay till the cocks did crow. Open your arms, my dearest jewel, open your arms and let me go.
Oh, no, John, no, John, no, John, no.
Coming down from Aldermaston, marching to Trafalgar Square, I saw 30,000 people.
Mr. Gaitskell wasn't there.
Coming down from Aldermaston, marching to Trafalgar Square.
Saw it all upon the telly, ponytail and slinky slacks, bearded boys and rock and rollers, banjos hanging down their backs.
Coming down from Aldermaston, marching to Trafalgar Square.
Heard a politician saying,
and the bombers get my goat, but thank God they're all teenagers, so they haven't got a vote. Coming down from Aldermaston, marching to Trafalgar Square.
William Hickey had a nightmare, dreamt he saw a flag that said,
Men and women stand together, ban the bomb
and go to bed.
coming down from Aldermaston, marching to Trafalgar Square.
Hark, I hear the church bell ringing.
Love your
The
foe,
parson said,
more in sorrow than in anger. Drop that H-bomb on his head, coming down from Aldermaston, marching to Trafalgar Square.
Nelson stood upon his column high above Trafalgar Square.
Yeah,
He said,
that's Bertrand Russell, I can tell him by the hair, coming down from Aldermaston, marching to Trafalgar Square. Coming down from Aldermaston, marching to Trafalgar Square. Heard two politicians say,
let's pretend there's no one there.
coming down from Aldermaston, marching to Trafalgar Square.
Sydney, rush down to the corner and get me a packet of king-sized.
Filter?
No, menthol. I want to feel like a fresh mountain stream. Tobacco, tobacco, I hate you, I do. Like Venus I'd look if it wasn't for you. But I'll give up the habit, I will even yet, when I've had just one more cigarette. It wasn't the whiskey, it wasn't the wine that made such a wreck of this body of mine. I'll give up the habit, I will even yet, when I've had just one more cigarette. Under my eyes are a couple of bags. I blame it all onto a packet of fags. But I'll give up the habit, I will even yet, when I've had just one more cigarette. My teeth are all yellow and so is my tongue. I breathe through a kipper, I call it a lung. But I'll give up the habit, I will even yet, when I've had just one more cigarette. Nail in my coffin, so pale and so thin, I am a fool to keep knocking you in. You think you can kill me, how much do you bet? When I've had just one more cigarette, I'll fling the packet away, away, 50 times in a week, I say. Fling the packet away, away, when I've had just one more cigarette.
Paint like Gentile Bellini, I'd paint you. And if I could play with fire like Houdini, well, I'd make a little play for you. If I could think like Socrates, or yearn like Romeo, or please like the man on the flying trapeze, or rhyme like Rambo, or burn like Van Gogh, or drive like Fangio, I'd think I'd yearn to drive, or rhyme, or burn for you. But I'm an ordinary kind of girl in an ordinary kind of world. You'll have to take me as I am. But if I could pick and choose like Cleopatra, well, I'd pick you. And if I could write as well as Jean-Paul Sartre, well, I'd dedicate my books to you. If I could punch like Sonny Liston, or plot like Ho Chi Minh, or pray like Buddha and Lao would say, or cut like Dio, or mourn like Eeyore, or blow like Gunga Din, I'd punch, I'd cut to pray, or mourn, or plot for you. But I'm an ordinary kind of girl in an ordinary kind of world. You'll have to take me as I am. But if I could lay a brick like Winston Churchill, well, I'd lay you. And if I could scribble O's like Mr. Virgil, I'd scribble all day long for you. If I could sing like Holiday, or burn like Joan of Arc, or serve poulet à l'escoffier, or preach like JC, or swing like Basie on Johann Sebastian Bach, I'd burn, sing, cut, preach, or swing for you. I'd philosophize like Satyana. I'd make big eyes like the elders at Susanna. I'd grin like Tarzan or drink like our man in Havana. Kiss like Casanova, dance like Ulanova, goof like the goose who fights her gander, judge like Solomon, march like Napoleon, federate like Nias and Gander. I'd fiddle like Nero, wait like Hero for Leander. There's nothing that I couldn't do. Could muse like Cleo, could plan like NATO, or make a trio like the Pope, Popeye, and Plato. If I had you, baby, if I had you, yeah, if I had you, if I could get you, if I had you,
the hills black clouds are sweeping, carry poison far and wide, and the grass has blackened underfoot, and the rose has withered and died.
But the rose is still as red, love, and the grass is still as green, and it must have been a shadow in the distance you have seen. Yes, it must have been a shadow you have seen.
Can't you hear the children weeping? Can't you hear that mournful sound? No birds sing in the twisted trees and the silent streets around.
I can hear the children laughing in the streets as they play, and you must have caught the dying of an echo far away. Yes, it must have been an echo far away.
Can't you see the white ash falling from the hollow of the skies, and the blood runs red down the blackened walls where a ruined city lies?
I can see the red sun shining in the park on the stream, and you must have felt a shiver from the darkness of a dream. Yes, it must have been the darkness of a dream.
And death shall reap a hellish harvest, make a desert of this land.
But the rose is still as red, love, and the grass is still as green, and it must have been a shadow you have seen.
We're the D-Day Dodgers out in Italy, always on the vino, always on the spree. 8th Army scroungers and their tanks, we live in Rome among the Yanks. We are the D-Day Dodgers way out in Italy. We landed at Salerno, a holiday with pay. The Jerrys brought the bands out to greet us on the way, showed us the sights and gave us tea. We all sang songs, the beer was free, to welcome D-Day Dodgers to sunny Italy. Naples and Cassino were taken in our stride. We didn't go to fight there, we just went for the ride. Anzio and Sangro were just names, we only went to look for dames. The artful D-Day Dodgers way out in Italy. On the way to Florence, we had a lovely time. We ran a bus to Rimini right through the Gothic line. Soon to Bologna we will go, and after that we'll cross the Po. We'll still be D-Day dodging way out in Italy. Once we had a rumor that we were going home, back to dear old Blighty, never more to roam. Then someone said, in France you'll fight. We said, no fear, we'll just sit tight. The windy D-Day Dodgers way out in Italy. We hope the Second Army will soon get home on leave. After 6 months' service, it's time for their reprieve. But we can carry on out here another 2 or 3 more years. Contented D-Day Dodgers to stay in Italy. Dear Lady Astor, you think you know a lot, standing on a platform and talking Tommy Rot. You, England's sweetheart, and its pride, we think your mouth's too bleeding wide. That's from your D-Day Dodgers in far-off Italy. Look around the mountains in the mud and rain. You'll find the scattered crosses, there's some which have no name. Heartbreak and toil and suffering gone, the boys beneath them slumber on. Those are the D-Day Dodgers who'll stay in Italy.
To you. Oh, this is about growing up through various ages, 1, 2, etc. 1, we were swaddled, ugly, beautiful, and drunk on milk. 2, cuddled in arms, always covered by laundered sleeves. 3, we got sand and water to exercise our imaginative faculties. 4, we were hit, suddenly hit. 5, we were fed to the educational system limited. 6, worried by the strange creatures in our heads, we strangled some of them. 7, we graduated in shame. 8, World War II, and we hated the Germans as much as our secret bodies, loved the Americans as much as the Russians, hated killing, loved killing, depending on the language in the Bible in the breast pocket of the dead soldier. We were crazy thirsty for Winston Superman, for Jesus with his infinite Tommy gun and the holy Spitfires, while the Jap dwarfs hacked through the undergrowth of our nightmares. There were pits full of people meat, and the real bombs came, but they didn't hit us, my love. They didn't hit us exactly. My love, they are trying to drive us mad. So we got to numbers 8, 9, 10, and 11, growing scales over every part of our bodies, especially our eyes, because scales were being worn, because scales were armor. And now we stand, past 30, together, madder than ever. We make a few diamonds, lose them. We sell our crap by the ton. My love, they are trying to drive us mad. Make love. We must make love instead of making money. You know about rejection. Hit, suddenly hit. I want to spend my life building poems in which untamed people and animals walk around freely, lie down freely, make love freely in the deep loving carpets, stars circulating in their ceilings, poems like honeymoon planetariums. But our time is burning. My love, they are trying to drive us mad. Peace was all I ever wanted. It was too expensive. My love, they are trying to drive us mad. Half the people I love are shrinking. My love, they are trying to drive us mad. Half the people I love are exploding. My love, they are trying to drive us mad. I am afraid of going mad.
The rules of the game are simple, and all you've got to do is split yourself down the middle, so no one can pin anything on you. Wait for the wound to harden, seal with a nerve-proof skin. The rules of the game are simple, and you're ready to begin. The face of the one is hidden, the other one wears a mask, smiles when the cue is given, learns the right questions to ask. The brain records the answers for the parts it has to play. The lips are soon word perfect, and the eyes give nothing away. So while one of you loves and is loving, the other one climbs alone, sells to the highest bidder, poisons his way to the throne. And while one of you loves and is loving, the other one strikes it rich, and soon you'll forget to remember which one of you is which. For the one whose smile is gentle is the one who carries a gun, who kills in the line of duty and does what has to be done, is the one who's always sober and sleeps through the other's dreams, who stuffs his ears with music so he can't hear the screams, who weeps when the innocent suffer and only tortures for hire, who turns his face from the horror when he's given the orders to fire. So while one of you loves and is loving, the other one pockets the dough. The rules of the game are simple, and that's all you've got to know. The rules of the game are simple, and no one will pin anything on you. if you split yourself down the middle and do what you've got to do.
Well, out of the east there came a hard man, oh, all the way frae Brighton. Glory, hallelujah, cod liver oil and the orange juice. Well, he went into a pub and he come out paralytic, oh, VP and cider, what a hell of a mixture. Cod liver oil and the orange juice. Sex rears its ugly head now. Does this bus go to the dentist and Pally? Oh, I'm looking for a lumber. Glory, hallelujah, cod liver oil and the orange juice. Eyes up the talent, and lo and behold, in the Johnson, he met Harry Mary. Oh, the floor of the Gorbles. Glory, hallelujah, cod liver oil and the orange juice. Chats her up. Oh, new Mary, are you Johnson? Oh no, it's just the way I'm stoning. Glory, hallelujah, cod liver oil and the orange juice. Rebuffed. Oh, well then, Mary, you're one in a million. Oh, so's your chances. Glory, hallelujah, cod liver oil and the orange juice. Rebuffed again. Well then, Mary, can I run you home? Oh, I've got a pair of sand shoes. Yeah, love that funny. Cod liver oil and the orange juice. Never say die. Sways about nonchalantly, picking his nails with his bayonet, and he knocks it off. Well, down through the back clothes and into the dunny. Oh, it wasn't for the first time. Glory, hallelujah, cod liver oil and the orange juice. Then out came her mammy, she was gone to the cludgy. Oh, a buggered off sharpish. Glory, hallelujah, cod liver oil and the orange juice. New Harry Mary's looking for her heart man. Oh, he's joined the Foreign Legion. Sahara under her camels, cod liver oil and the orange juice. Then Harry Mary had a little baby. Oh, his father's in the army. Glory, hallelujah, cod liver oil and the orange juice.
Aloha. As we leave the sun-drenched shores of Glasgow behind, we see the children leaping up and down with their hands in the air. Are they happy? No. They've got broken bottles stuck in the soles of their feet. Clyde Coast landladies are looking bored. The absence of tourists has got them floored. The question they're asking would make you swoon. Why don't they come back to the noon? Why this swinging resort, this switched on scene, has 3 pubs, 2 cafes, and a fag machine, and hills you can walk up while the rain is running down. Why don't they come back to the noon? Long time ago, people would flow in, even from overseas. But in recent years, the only ones on the piers have been seagulls and a few CND. At this point in the song, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to remind you of a competition held in the Glasgow newspapers, where the first prize was a week in Dunoon and the second prize was a fortnight in Dunoon. They can't understand it or hear them roar. We've got Yanks here and fairies by the score, and a nightlife that stops in the afternoon. Why don't they come back to the noon?
Only rains when clouds bang together, but everybody knows that. And it's rockets and missiles that are causing this bad weather, but everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. A ring with a pearl is bound to bring you tears, but everybody knows that. And if you break a mirror, that's bad luck for 7 years, but everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. But does everybody know the way that things are gonna go for them tomorrow? What will they do if they turn round and find that they have no time left to borrow? Miss Zsa Zsa Gabor is the world's greatest actress, but everybody knows that. And the sex bomb of the 50s got her first break on a mattress, but everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. But does everybody know the way that things are gonna go for them tomorrow? What will they do if they turn round and find that they have no time left to borrow? It only rains when clouds bang together, but everybody knows that. And it's rockets and missiles that are causing this bad weather, but everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. Now, you see, a lot of people don't realise the desperate importance of Wellington boots in Scottish culture. So this is designed to teach them a wee bit. If it wasn't for your wellies, where would you be? You'd be in the hospital or infirmary, 'cause you would have a dose of the flu or even pleurisy if you didn't have your feet in your wellies. And that's the chorus. I want you to sing it with gusto. I want you to leap into it in a mood of gay abandon, gasping on the floor, paroxysms of mirth, clutching your middle, saying, "Oh Jesus Christ, he's a gas," right into that microphone. Because these people in London don't believe it. Oh wellies, they're wonderful. Oh wellies, they're swell, 'cause they keep out the water and they keep in the smell. And when you're sitting in a room, you can surely tell when some bugger takes off his wellies. If it wasn't for your wellies, where would you be? You'd be in the hospital or infirmary, 'cause you would have a dose of the flu or even pleurisy if you didn't have your feet in your wellies. That was wonderful. Honest. Great, isn't it? When you're out walking in the country with a bird, and you're strolling o'er the fields just like a farmer's herd, and somebody shouts, "Keep off the grass!" and you think how absurd. Squelch, you find why farmers all wear wellies. If it wasn't for your wellies, where would you be? You'd be in the hospital or infirmary, 'cause you would have a dose of the flu or even pleurisy if you didn't have your feet in your wellies. See that? We serious verse. Fishermen and firemen, there's farmers and all. There's men who digging ditches and working in the snow. This country would grind to a halt and no a thing would grow if it wasn't for the workers in their wellies. If it wasn't for your wellies, where would you be? You'd be in the hospital or infirmary, 'cause you would have a dose of the flu or even pleurisy if you didn't have your feet in your wellies. If it wasn't for your wellies, where would you be? You'd be in the hospital or infirmary, 'cause you would have a dose of the flu or even pleurisy if you didn't have your feet in your wellies.
say to me, what you think you're gonna be? When I tells them I see laughter in their eyes. If you want an explanation, I found me true vocation, though me answer seems to take them by surprise. There ain't no good jobs to be found round Bethnal Green or Canning Town, bar a councillor, a magistrate or mayor. But I just sit and laugh, 'cause I'd really like not half to be a working class millionaire. I don't wanna be a clerk, a conductor or a spark. Life's too short for working who knows where. So I just sit back and dream, forget the houses in between, and be a working class millionaire. I'd have a mansion down in Bow, where all me mates could go, a carriage and a team of dapple greys. And on the lawn I'd have a seat for tired pairs of feet, of folks that's walked in search of better days. There'd be a lion either side of the gateway to the drive, a statue of Lloyd George would greet me guests. And in the marble halls, goalposts painted on the walls, and other things the Hampstead crowd detests. I don't wanna be a clerk, a conductor or a spark. Life's too short for working who knows where. So I just sit back and dream, forget the houses in between, and be a working class millionaire. So now I've got this palace grand, it sounds like something down the Strand, but it ain't, it's down by Royal Albert Dock. The boats sail in and out, and the word is passed about, there's a welcome at me mansion if you knock. Yes, it's a simple life for me, that's all I want, you see. That's all the Cockney pride in me expects. There's nothing can compare with an East End millionaire that's used to living just from one day to the next. I don't wanna be a clerk, a conductor or a spark. Life's too short for working who knows where. So I just sit back and dream, forget the houses in between, and be a working class millionaire.
Okay, right now, here we're going again from the top. And this time, the first violins. I want you to plug the instruments into the gas main, because I'm not getting the sound I'm liking. And the wives what forming the backing group, let you come round to the front of me where I can keep my eye on you. That's better. Now, here we are going. Stop now when I'm telling. Listen, stop, shut up! Thank you. Now, I'm counting you in with the well-known counting themes. Here we go. 1, 2. Oh no, we'll come after 2. 5.
Edie, Amin, most amazing man there's ever been. He the general, the president, the king of the scene. Edie, Amin.
Look at the history and packed with men, what rising to the top and getting chopped again. No one fathoming the secret of the whole damn thing. You gotta give the population something to sing.
Edie, Amin, most amazing man there's ever been. He the general, the president, the king of the scene. Edie, Amin.
Take Hitler, Stalin, Attila the Nun. No one got a good word for a single one. Where these first-class geniuses all going wrong? They never got the population singing along.
Edie, Amin, most amazing man there's ever been. He the general, the president, he king of the scene. Edie, Amin.
Listen, with the world-famous Kampala Glee Club mind keeping in the damn background, what the hell going on here? It looking like some kind of musical coup to me. That's better. 3 people more than enough for a quartet anyhow.
Edie, Amin, most amazing man there's ever been. He the general, the president, he king of the scene. Edie, Idi Amin.
A modern leader gotta twist and shout, gotta tell the people let it all hang out. If you don't want to vanish with a boot up the bomb, you gotta give the population something to hum.
Idi, Idi, Idi
You're still
Amin
crowding the
was amazing man. Idi general, the president, he king of the scene. Idi, Idi, Idi Amin.
That a pretty good voice you got there. That voice possibly taking you right to the top of the charts. Yes, sir, ma'am, every chance you get into the #1 spot on the Uganda hit parade with a voice like that. You could be the next Engelbert Bassey. You could be the new Zulu. Pity the world only needing one new star, really. Idi Amin, the most amazing man that the world has seen. Now the general, the president, the king of the scene. Idi Amin. Oh, this girl singing a piece of cake. Let's go now. Idi Amin. Whoa, Idi Amin. Listen to the falsetto going there. Not often a black man get that far up, you know. Idi Amin, Idi Amin, Idi Amin. Idi Amin, Idi Amin. Don't forget the name there, folks. Idi Amin, how I love the sound of it. Idi Amin. Ooh, Idi Amin. Who wrote the lyrics of this? It's poetry. Idi Amin, Idi Amin, Idi Amin, Idi Amin, Idi Amin. Idi Amin, Idi Amin, Idi Amin, Idi Amin. Amin, Idi Amin, 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 Idi Amin, Amin, Idi Amin, Amin, Amin.
As I was out walking late one night, I turned a corner and had a terrible fright. I fell to my knees and began to pray when I heard a voice behind me say, knocking on my window. So I looked in the cupboard and turned on my torch. There was this thing standing on the stairs, and he went, guess you can't stay up there. So I poured him a drink and pulled out a stool. And he grabbed hold of me by the throat. And I said, is there something I can do for you? And he said, okay, you're gonna... And I said, you don't mean... He said, no, I mean... And I said, well, that's okay, because I can do it. And I did.
Oh, the factories may be roaring with a zoomer-like a wee, but there isn't any roar when the clock strikes 4. Everything stops for tea. Oh, a lawyer in a courtroom in the middle of an alimony plea has to stop and let him pour when the clock strikes 4. Everything stops for tea. It's a very good English custom, though the weather be cold or hot. If you need a little pickup, sure a little G-cup will always hit the spot. Both the soldiers may be fighting in the trenches or a battleship at sea, but there isn't any war when the clock strikes 4. Everything stops for tea.
Hello again, music lovers. It is in fact a speech, this. I like doing it in schools because it's about schools, really. And all you have to do for this is imagine that you are sat in the assembling hall in school, and just imagine you're all 14 years old and full of acne, and you've all got the gym slips on and the ankle socks. And the blouses. Oh. Same with the girls as well. You know, you're all looking very intently at me because I'm playing the part of the teacher, the headmaster. I imagine I'm stood on the podium because my guts haven't been up too much, you know. And I've got the traditional creased-up gown, dyed in black, what schoolmasters always wear, with a bit of rat fur on the collar. So you don't get warts when it rubs on your neck. And I've got the grey flannel trousers with a knife-edge crease behind the knees. And on my head, the mortarboard, because I'm a part-time brickie during the summer holidays. Now, the first part to this was written by a fella called John Cleese, whom you may have heard of, who's a rather good friend of mine. When I say a rather good friend, I mean I saw him once. Well, they were on the telly, actually, but I think he's right good. And I'll begin. Anybody heckling will get 2,000 lines, and will also be on record for life. Good morning, boys and girls. I'm delighted to welcome you all back to a new term, which I hope will be a happy and a successful one for you all. Who did that? I'm waiting. Look, I have no intention of continuing until the boy who did that owns up. Look, if the boy who did that does not own up, I shall be forced to continue. Very well, I'll continue. I would like to welcome 4 new members of the staff this term, but I could only get 2. However, stop clapping. Mr. Barrington-Smythe, who is a grammar school man, though none the worse for that, will be taking the middle school for all the pissing little subjects that nobody else wants to teach. And I'm sure he will prove to be an invaluable member of the staff. And in time, a valuable one, I hope. And if I catch anybody laughing at Mr. Rogers' deformity, I shall punish them, even if it is funny. Now, secondly, in place of Mr. Bochano... Sorry, I didn't realise that was there. In place of Mr. Bochen... Oh. There's 2 of them. In place of that French get, we have employed the services of a Mr. Umboko. Now, this will be the first time that our syllabus has included Swahili. Although we hope to resume French again next term. And some of you will be interested to know that until last week, Mr. Umboko was the Prime Minister of Chad. So, on weekday mornings, he will take the second years for Swahili, and on weekday afternoons, they will take him for English. Next, carpentry. Now, carpentry will be taken a lot more seriously this term. In fact, I want the gymnasium finished by June.
This is the legend of the shantytown Superman on his one-arm struggle in the ocean's depths against man's deadliest rival, the shark. Mr. Shark till me cry. Lose a leg, lose a leg, lose a leg, lose a leg, she got strong ball. I lose a leg, lose a leg, lose a leg, lose a leg, she got strong ball. And now the Chantant Superman is swimming off into the sunset, having disposed of a Leviathan. Farewell my island home of ginger nuts and Gary Sobers. For I must sail the seven seas in a bid to save my brothers and sisters from the jaws of death. Goodbye Ethiopia, goodbye.
The hymn of beauty is a joy forever. Its loveliness increases. It will never pass into nothingness, but still will keep the hour quiet for us. And a sleep full of sweet dreams and health and quiet breathing. Therefore, on every moral we read him, a flowery band to bind us to the earth. Spite of despondence of the inhuman urge of noble natures, on gloomy days, of all the unhealthy and or darkened grace made for our searching. Yes, in spite of all, some shape of beauty moves away the calm from our dark spirits. It is not known how far is your destination, but so much I know, that music from afar is coming to my ears.